baby. We are back. It is your boys back for another fresh episode of the Chris Logic Podcast with more football action. It's your boys as always. Your boy Jordan Frost Mitchell. Got my co-pilot with me. Say what's up to the people.
Yes, sir. We are back. It is your boy. It is Zay. We are back with installment 20 of the Chris Logic Podcast. That's right. Installment 20. We are at 20. 2-0. We are thankful for you guys coming in as you always do, supporting, showing love. And I hope this continues to blossom into something special and great. So I appreciate it. Episode 20, we here, baby.
Tell you what, man, before we started this journey, man, I'm like, man, I'm gonna give it another shot and see what's gonna happen, man. But I'm just shocked and surprised at the rapid growth, man. Like, we got numbers coming up slowly on the streaming platforms, man. We got cats participating live in the Facebook chat now. Like, it's coming along, man. I'm hella excited about what we got in the pipeline, man. Some subject matters, and one of the anchors of this joint. We're not strictly a sports podcast, but damn it, we can't help it. It's the month of August. It's that time of year. You got training camps going on. You got preseasons, two-a-days. Late conditioning. This is that time of year where still a little toasty outside. The weather's up and down. It might be steamy one day, rainy the next, man. But this is the time of year that your season as a player, as a coach, as an athlete is going to go one way. It's either going to go up or it's going to go down. And for those of us that are, football fiends, I would say this is a very important time here because we are watching highlights, statistics, betting trends. We watching it all, man, because this is fantasy football season. And if you know, man. If you into it, you know what I mean? Like, you know what it's about. If you're not into it, you're probably looking at some of your friends and wondering, why the hell are we on our phones so much? Why are we watching so many damn Sports Center highlights? Just it's if you know, man. And it's fantasy football season, man. I'm really excited, man. We got the league lobbies activated, and just a heads up notice, man. If I don't answer the phone in between the hours of 7 p.m. and 10 p.m. on Labor Day weekend on both Saturday and Sunday night, know that I'm busy. I'm just busy. Know that I'm locked in. Ain't nothing else going on. I'm not available. Will not be available to talk business or anything else because it's fantasy football time, man. It's time where we make that serious money with these draft boards, man. But Zay, what's your thoughts on fantasy football season now being back?
I'm excited about it. I ain't gonna say for me. I'm not gonna say for me, fantasy is king, but it is high up on the list. I do the yearly, the daily sports betting. That's my avenue. That's what reigns supreme with me. But I am big into the fantasy. I didn't win last year, but I was very competitive, and that's usually the trend with the fantasy. So I hope to keep that going this year. No down years. I intend to be a good GM every year, and I do it without backdoor brokerage deals done in back alleys or leveraging the farm to get everybody once someone feels like their season is done. So I don't do those type of dealings. So we hope to have another good year and prove to be fruitful this year. We're looking to bring the title home this year. I'm still working on the team name. I usually like to have some type of play on politics or some type of current event.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, I think last year I was Family Matters.
Shit.
I don't know if it's gonna be something with Diddy. I don't know. I'll surprise people, and it's always some type of play on something. So that's part of the fun is being able to name your team every single year and lock in. So, what about you?
I'm excited, man, and I ain't gonna hold you. When it comes to I hate that I do this. I hate that I do it, but it's so damn funny, and for me, it'll never get old. All my fantasy team names somehow, some way, at some point, even if it's going terrible, and I feel like I need to rebrand in the middle of the season. It's always centered around poking fun of the Alabama Crimson Tide, man, and typically it's either Fold Tide or Troll Tide, one of the two. Just because as a Buckeye fan, I mean, obviously there's the disdain for certain schools. I mean, obviously you got the rivalry against Michigan, you got Penn State, you got Notre Dame, you got little big brother in Michigan State. But in these past couple of years, there's naturally a disdain for the Alabama Crimson Tide, for a variety of reasons.
They're afterthoughts now. Kellen Saban's gone. It's Kellen DeBoer. As a
Yeah,
Michigan as a Michigan guy, we own him.
I
Washington got him out of here. We played him again the next year without a quarterback, without an offense. Got him out of here. Rightfully, we've sunned him as well, so I'm not really worried.
Pause.
Yeah, that's a Diddy
So
Oil
that's
taking.
a,
Yeah,
that's a pause.
wild pass. It's a wild
So
pass.
it's a wild team name, bro. Wild, but
Did he slip and slide, baby?
Slip and Slide Express, and I talk about Joe Daddy and them boys. Oh God! Oh, here we go. Wow. Okay, y'all see y'all cutting up early in the chat today with the fantasy team names. I had a feeling this was going to be a good subject to talk about, man. A lot of nonsense. I've seen some very clever team names pop off like through the years, man. But I typically stick to Troll Tide. I don't know. There was the one year when I went with man, what was it? I think I went with the Bishop Sycamore JV team. Was like one of my fantasy team names one year.
And for Bishop Sycamore to have a JV team, that's saying so.
That says a lot.
That's saying so.
Much love, Paz. What up, my boy? Yeah, nah, definitely. I mean, I kind of follow that trend too. It's like I'll start off like with something that's like current events related, but like so I'll see something about Alabama, and I just want to go Roll Tide, Fold Tide, Troll. Not definitely never Roll Tide, but Fold Tide or Troll Tide, one, two.
Yes, why not? Why not? It ain't never. You can always troll the Tide, but it's cool. But they're afterthoughts now. Like Kellen got to show me.
Yeah, because
I ain't from St. Louis, but he got to show me.
Yeah, basically, because bruh, like how we're gonna obviously have an episode dedicated around some college football headlines. Obviously, we got the big boom date coming up. 3 weeks out.
3 weeks away. 3 weeks
Yep,
away.
about 3 weeks away. Yeah,
3 weeks away from arguably the most impressive week one matchup on paper that I almost want to say ever.
Definitely coming up.
But for the sake of the argument, I'm not gonna say ever because I haven't done the research. But I do believe it's the first time ever a 1 versus 2 is opened up opening week against each other, like week 0, week 1 against each other. And it's not a neutral site. That's also what makes it crazy. Like,
yeah, no doubt.
because it's in Columbus, right? Then
next year Columbus.
Next year go to Texas, right?
It is definitely big noon kickoff. Fox already done locked it in, so
no one cares about Penn State. No one. No one.
Oh my God, who the hell cares about Penn State? We are. No, we got a lot more college football to talk about, man. But now we're gonna try to stay on schedule because we were supposed to be talking about fantasy on the last episode and just good content, man. You gotta keep cooking when the pot is hot. You know what I'm saying? Gotta keep cooking, man. But we're gonna jump into it with some fantasy details, man. Obviously, we got some training camps wrapping up, and we got some positions that are unsettled in a lot of places. But obviously, this is where the magic happens because obviously we got some preseason football kicking off right now. I think you boys is playing tonight, if I remember correctly.
Yes, sir. We already starting off the preseason right with the gritty. The Jamar Chase and Joe Burrow connection's already flying with a 36-yard tutty. So I like it. I believe they probably gonna be the only starting unit to really get some big reps early in the season because they always start the season off so slow and they're trying to avoid that this year. So I think the boys will play the preseason, at least the first quarter of almost every game. So I'm excited to see that connection. Doesn't seem to be falling off too much. I like Texas too. I said it. I don't know if you see me. I was like, I like them too.
Yeah.
And that's not even because I'm a Michigan fan. I it's Arch. Okay, so, and I'm not even going to talk mess against Matt Patricia. I know we're getting off subject a little bit, but Matt Patricia is a NFL guy going down to the college level. It's different when it's an NFL coordinator going down to college. It's different. So
it is.
I'm not going to like Art Mardell, and he pretty much created the Ravens defense and what it is today. He's here because the guys that we had before him, Mike McDonald and Jesse Minter, all learned under him, and then you bring in Master Sensei himself, who taught them the
That's just
system
insane.
of that. So it's different when you got an NFL guy that's being a defensive coordinator on the college level. So I'm not going to downgrade Mike Patricia. He may be college, this is where he needs to be. So, but
We definitely know he is not a NFL head coach. He is
no,
a
he's not a head
coordinator.
coach, but he's definitely a coordinator. He may be able to coach in college, but I doubt it. But
Mm-hmm.
coordinator, he can scheme up some stuff on the defensive side. So I'll
Definitely
give him
can.
that. I didn't think it was a bad hire on the college level. I wouldn't even think it's a bad hire in the NFL to be a coordinator, because he's
Mm-hmm.
proven in that aspect. Not to be a head coach, that's done. Pencil on the side of the on the side of the headphones. I don't want to see it no more, Matt. I don't want to see it. So, but yeah, we're here with, like I said, with fantasy, and we're here with the preseason. So we in full effect. The football is here. The pads are clacking. So
Pads are clacking, and some dreams are being made, some dreams are being shattered. I told some of my peoples at the job the other day, man, this is that time of year, man, that either will make football superstars or generate some master chess players, some basketball players, some track and field athletes, some soccer players. Because I guarantee you, at least hundreds of times a day, there will be somebody that gets that first hit in practice, that first like legit hit. We'll just say some guys will get up and want more, and some guys will get up and in order, chin strap, helmet off, shoulder pads off, with jersey attached, and they're just done. No shame, but again, it's football's not for the weak, and
no, it is not. No, it
this
is
is
not.
where you identify those gems, and you see somebody that might need to be packed up or might be sitting on the pine pony for the rest of the season. Nonetheless, man, we're gonna get into some fantasy talk here, man. See my man Paz. I'm gonna bring that right back up on the screen one more time about our projected overall fantasy picks, and I'm gonna switch gears a little bit, man. We're gonna open it up and go off of our top threes in a couple of different areas specifically, and get some things cooking here. Because with fantasy, there's a lot of strategy, lots of strategy when it comes to
Mm-hmm.
making these picks, man. Because
Mm-hmm.
especially for those that always want the first, second, and third pick in them 10 and 12 team drafts, let's just say you can either get off to a wonderful start, or you're one injury away of having a stressful season, very stressful. But we are going to start with some top threes, and specifically, let's go with some guys that we think that are going to be breakout picks. Zay, I'm gonna give you your first crack at one.
My first crack at one breakout.
Mm-hmm. Because you
I
were the guy
think
that called
breakout.
Saquon last year. You
Yeah,
definitely
and
called it.
he can't break out again, and he gonna be
Nah,
the first one off boards. I won't be able to grab my guy this year.
nope.
I got him at 8 last year, and I told him I would have drafted
Insane.
him at 1, and he said I was crazy, and it would have proved to be beautiful. But I told him that leading up to it, and he was like, I don't know, man. I'm like, hey, man, but I don't even know if I want to take it. We in the same league, goddamn. But it is what it is. My sleeper pick,
Mm-hmm.
first sleeper pick, who I think has the biggest potential to increase his output from last year,
Mm-hmm.
is Drake London with Atlanta. I
Mm-hmm.
think he takes a ginormous step forward. He started to do it last year.
Mm-hmm.
He started to do it last year, and I think he's going to take it to another step with Penix, and with Penix going into his second season and knowing the
Mm-hmm.
system. They started to have a really good connection towards the end of last year. So I look for him to have a stellar year. He's my number one sleeper pick. If you can call him sleeper, because I think the writing was on the wall, but he's my number one
Mm-hmm.
guy. He's my number one guy.
I got you. I got you. I don't necessarily know if I got a particular order for fantasy breakout candidates, man, but I'm gonna take one. I'm gonna take a shot in the dark, and I think this guy, if he can stay healthy, and it might be a double one. I'm actually go Ashton Junty, man. I'm gonna think. I think he's. I don't know. I mean, obviously, I'm not taking a swing on him in the first round, but I think that he could be one of those guys, man, especially because obviously running back is a position that where you have to have depth. You have to take chances on guys. You got to know the players, the handcuffs that comes behind them. You got to know your personnel, especially if you in a PPR league. I mean, it's very critical. But I'm gonna go Junty, man, because where else you gonna go as far as you already know with the Raiders scheme, you know, there's gonna be a lot of targets obviously going towards Brock Bowers. So I mean that
All the targets. All the targets. Well, not all of them. 70% of the targets is going Brock, and then it's going
hmm
Jacoby Myers. Because Jacoby actually had a very productive year last year as a
hmm
their receiver one. I don't feel he's a one, but
hmm
I actually think Genty, I agree with you. He has a
hmm
lot of upside because I think they're going to utilize him in the passing game a lot as well. Like
hmm
I think they're going to use him very similar to the way they tried to use Josh Jacobs. And coming in with Pete Carroll's system with how he had Lynch. I'm not calling him Lynch, so don't say I'm calling him Marshawn Lynch, but he's in the right system to allow him to flourish.
hmm
So who would you say is your second guy?
I think this guy's got hella potential to I mean he kind of he had his moments last season, but I think Keon Coleman's going to surprise a lot of people
He was
this
my
year,
second.
man.
He was my second.
Yeah, because Keon Coleman, man, I mean, you are pretty much going to be the number one target. I mean, obviously, you know, there's Shakur and the other guy that there's going to be some challenges as far as targets goes, but Keon Coleman, I think, has got some really good potential. I mean, obviously, Josh Allen with that team, they're going to be coming out, throwing the ball a lot, moving the ball around, but I really like Coleman as a very strong breakout candidate. Like I said, the roller coaster last season, I know it was a combination of like looks and health and a few other things, but I really think he's going to emerge as as a legit number one and definitely get a heavy share of targets for sure. Because I mean, one thing about Josh Allen will have one of his skill guys looking like a fantasy dynamo for sure. So I got Coleman as one of my sleeper picks.
Okay. Okay. Yeah, that's who I had as my number two as well. So since you went there, I'm gonna throw another one out. I personally feel that um I just lost her name. Sleeper. I don't know. I'll say sleeper. I think he'll be a sneaky good receiver three. If you can get him as a flex.
Mm-hmm.
Shockingly, your guy, one of your guys. Actually, it's two of them actually that went to your school. It's two of them.
Oh,
It's two of
Buckeyes!
them.
Oh,
It's two of them. It's two of
I
them.
thought you was going. Well, I was going to
So
pick you a Niner.
no,
Buckeye. Okay.
Parasail could, or I don't know, I'm pronouncing it wrong. Is it Parcel? Parasail?
Ricky Pearsall. Yeah,
Parasail. Okay, but he's the one that if he wants to go break out, he's the one for them.
for
But
sure.
I think Marvin takes a step. Sleeper was Emeka Ibuka if Godwin and them is healthy. Him being in the slot for them.
Yeah,
I don't think he's a true two or one in this league, but him as a he's
as a
a great
slot. Hell yeah.
he's a great third option if you have Mike Evans and Godwin on the opposite side. I think he's going to have a lot. He's going to have a lot of targets, and I think he's going to be a high rate of completions to him working in
Okay.
that slot. And he's not JSN.
Mm-hmm.
JSN also he's not a sleeper anymore because I think he put people on notice last year. That's the reason he's not a sleeper in my pick. But I've been high on JSN ever since he was at Ohio State. I thought he was better than Mari Harrison. But Emeka would be my sleeper coming out of that 10.
Got you. Okay. Got you. One more to round it out since we're going the snake route as far as sleepers. Glad you brought him up actually because this guy I am naturally not a fan of. However, I do respect the numbers that he has put up in spite of how his career has gone. I think he would be a very good option at a position that has a rocky strategy as far as like where to draft them at. But I'm gonna go quarterback because ironically you brought up him. I think that Baker Mayfield could emerge as a top 5 fantasy quarterback this year. And I think I will probably take him ahead of a few guys that might be surefire bets simply because of what you just said. He's got Mike Evans on the outside. If Godwin can stay healthy, you got him on the opposite side. And the potential for Emeka Ibuka to emerge as a possible, like very reliable slot option and That's solid number two. I think he's got number two potential. I mean, we kind of seen it in spurts at Ohio State playing alongside the Jeremiah Smiths of the world and others before him, but or even like Marvin Harrison before. So I like Baker as a sleeper pick for quarterback. Not sure if I could put my pride aside and pick Baker because again, I'm not a fan of his, but I got my reasons. If I know your ass is gonna bring that shit. But that too, plus I felt that plus you got the OBJ stuff in Cleveland. There's I got a little bit of a list. At one point in time, a man had more progressive commercials than he had touchdowns thrown. But nonetheless, I also still feel that the Browns did him dirty, as they do a lot of their quarterbacks. And we're going to get into that subject here in a little bit too. But definitely got Baker as a sleeper pick at quarterback as well. Yeah, I think Jameson could be another sleeper pick too, man.
I just don't think he's a sleeper anymore. Like I think he's going to be a great pick. I think he was a sleeper as a rookie, and he did great towards the end of his rookie year. And then last year, I thought he arrived. He's the reason that DK and Lockett is gone, and that's not by design. Like that's by design. That's not by luck. It's not coincidence.
Yeah.
They put enough. He's their one, and they paired him with Cooper.
Yep. Yeah. You got it. Yep.
Yes. Yeah. After the last time mixing Cup and Flag up, I had to. Yeah.
Are you good, man? Hey, you live and you learn.
So he's not a sleeper to me. I agree with the JSN. I'm a big JSN guy.
Mm-hmm.
But my third sleeper, he started to come on last year. I still think he is a sleeper for people. As a running back 2 or a flex, Chase Brown with Cincinnati.
Mm-hmm.
If he is healthy, he is a great flex or a great RB2. He can potentially be some people's RB1s with some of the production he was putting out because he also receives the ball. Like he was games where he was having 70 rushing, 70 receiving, and like a touchdown or 2. So he's a great. One game he had 8 receptions. That's 4 points, and or 4 to 8 points depending on how they scored in your league.
Okay.
And ours is I think it's half a point per each reception. So that's 4 points plus 7. Get 70 yards rushing, plus 70 yards receiving. That's 18 points, and you get a touchdown. That's a 20. That's a 24-point outing. That's a well-balanced breakfast over there, as you would say.
That's right, man. Sure, and in football terms, catches, reception, racks, yaks, touchdown score, man. It's a balanced breakfast over there, man. That's right.
And real quick, to answer a question, if on how I feel about Puka, if he can be that dude, the answer is he's already that dude. He's a reason. Yeah. He's a reason Cup is gone, and they brought in Devontae. He is that guy. He is. He's him. Like
he is him.
He's him, and he's a high target guy too. As long as he stays healthy. Target guy.
I was just going to say, that is the question.
But the thing is, like, even when you think he's not healthy, and you see how they snuck him in last year when he was on the injury report, then he just walk down the field. 10 catches, 140 yards receiving, and a touchdown, and he's still supposed to be hurt. Nah, like Puka is him, but the whole if healthy fits for everybody. And football is everybody. Burrow is a top 3 quarterback if he's healthy.
Yeah, facts. Facts. He's a surefire bet.
Yeah, that goes for everybody.
That's funny. Yeah.
All the light is not on him. You got to remember they brought in Devontae Adams. All the light is not on Puka.
Is Devontae still that guy?
Yes. Go look at the film for Devontae last year.
He had some moments. I got you.
Just because Aaron missed him on some throws, he was still getting open. He's still that guy. He's still him.
Okay. Yeah.
Because his game isn't predicated on speed.
It's not predicated on speed, but will he
get open for the next 2 years?
Will he be able to keep his composure now that he's separated from both his guys again?
Got to. I think that was part of the conversation that happened when Puka gave him his number. Because I don't know if you know that Puka switched to I think 12 this year.
I did not know that.
He gave up 17 to Devontae. So Yeah, I think Puka's like either 15 or 12 that year he switched to. So
16. Okay, okay, all right, all right. Well, I think we got our breakout picks here in place. I think it's now time to switch gears and talk about this might be the hot take of the segments here, because buddy, when there's guys that can break out, there's also guys that can break your damn roster. And there can be guys that either whatever you want to call them a bust. I call them as guys that headline my do not draft list. And under no circumstances, because there's something there that just don't sit right with the soul. And boy, let me see if I'm ready for this. My first pick on my do not draft list. I don't care who was added to their roster. I don't care what. I am anti-drafting any Dallas Cowboys, starting with Mr. Dak Prescott. And that's just because, like, yes, Dak can put up numbers, but man, like this nonsense, and we're going to get into the subject that I'm going to reference here. It's always a circus in Dallas. They will give you numbers. You just can't count on it when you really need it the most. And I just don't know. I know that on paper, the addition of George Pickens makes this look good. Makes it look like he might be able to throw somebody else other than CeeDee Lamb and Ferguson, but I don't know. I don't know about the coaching situation because of Schottenheimer taking over and basically just he got promoted within the staff, right? That
yeah,
wasn't an outside hire.
he was an offensive coordinator.
So he was offensive coordinator. So this is routine out of like the Jerry Jones, book of doing business. Nobody, of importance really wants that job because of the situation. You got another puppet getting promoted to head coach, and I don't know, man. I don't know. I still don't see a solution on the ground in the run game to try to balance it out. Under no circumstances will be drafting Dakota Prescott. Period. I don't care. I will roll the dice on. I will roll the dice on. I would roll the dice on Justin Fields ahead of drafting Dak Prescott. That's how strongly I feel about it.
So disrespectful. You did not call the
Well,
man Dakota.
I definitely did. Don't get me wrong, but he's a likable guy, man. I just don't trust Cowboys starting with him when it comes to draft. And like I said, that might be my pride getting in the way, but
I think it is because regular season, if he's healthy, he puts up
mm-hmm,
numbers. So
he does.
I think regular season wise, you're safe.
Yeah.
But I get your sentiment. Like, luckily, fantasy doesn't go into the playoffs. Then we can have a serious conversation. But it doesn't.
Mm-hmm.
So
And not to mention the
I
division.
would say who I wouldn't draft.
Mm-hmm.
A lot of people may already feel that way, but in essence, he was picked up to be, in essence, wide receiver one for this team. I don't think that he's gonna, and I don't think it's a him talent thing.
Agree. Do not draft Rodgers as well, but go ahead.
But I would stay away from Stephon Diggs this year.
I think I can respect that.
I would stay away from like I am not. I think Drake May has the physical tools, but I don't know. I haven't seen enough to be like he's going to get the ball to his receivers.
Yeah.
And have them in position to make plays. So
Okay.
I would stay away from Stephon this year. And how healthy is he going to be coming off that ACL? I would stay away from Stephon. I know him being a one again is intriguing. I hope that he kills. Like, I like Stephon, but yeah, I would stay away from him because of the injuries, and I just don't see. I haven't seen enough from Drake May. And looking at previous Titan teams, I know he doesn't play for the Titans, but I'm saying this because of Mike Vrabel.
Mm-hmm.
Receivers don't flourish in his systems. Even AJ Brown is a physical freak. And he didn't flourish in their system.
Didn't.
And you could be like, oh, he didn't have the quarterback. I still don't think Drake May is that guy yet. So I think he's still a project. So I would stay away from Stephon this year.
I got you.
If you could pick him up or trade for him once he proved that the knee is good, then yeah. But drafting, I would stay away from him unless you get him in like the 12th, 13th round. And you just have him on your bench and you're a stash guy. That's the only way I would say.
Stash depth, yeah.
Yep. That's the only way I say you draft him.
Stephon Diggs, I think I'm in agreement there. Yeah. He's another one. I'm gonna take another swing at it here. Somebody mentioned, which I also agree that Rodgers. There's going to be plenty of other options at quarterback. Even if you're looking, if you even if you need depth, because I do not trust even the guy that is now his new weapon, and that's Mr. DK Metcalf. I just I know historically speaking, Pittsburgh receivers do well, but it's something about like they find ways to get W's, they find ways to win, but they're still in the AFC North. They're still, some good defenses that they're going to go against, and I don't trust Rodgers. Therefore, I just don't think that there's a big fantasy window upside this particular season for DK Metcalf. Too many unknowns. I don't know what the scheme is going to look like. Their offensive line is still bad, and we saw what happened the last time Mr. Rodgers was behind a bad offensive line, which is last season. And don't get me wrong, I know Ryan Clark is like on this angle. I don't want to resort what he's been saying about Rodgers lately to Gleason. I mean, it's one hell of an about face from the beef that they had recently, but he's gassing it up, talking about, oh, this guy can still throw the football. I'm like, yeah, yeah, I hear you. Yeah, Rodgers wanted to play in the preseason game. Yeah, I hear you. It's a lot of good stuff, but I think one joined the team super late in the offseason, man. Like I just don't know, man. I just don't know. Therefore, I don't trust it as I call him, even though I'm not dissing when I say it's Donkey Kong Metcalf, but it's kind of like a playful joke. But I don't trust DK Metcalf this particular season. Maybe that might change depending on what the situation looks like next year at quarterback, but I don't trust it this particular season.
Got you. Another person to stay away from. This person ended the season as a top 10 receiver in fantasy the second half of the year.
Uh-oh.
But not overall for the season, but the last half of the season, the back end of the season, he was a top 10 production guy as a receiver in the NFL. We don't know what the hell's going on in that quarterback room up there. So stay away from Jerry Jeudy.
Knew it.
Stay away from Jerry Jeudy. And it's more we don't know what the hell's going on in that quarterback room and management over him or his talents. But for that reason, stay the hell away from Jerry Jeudy.
Go with you on that one, brother, because
And yes, real quick, before we go to you, you can put it on the screen. Yes, I'm not going to say that. That was going to sound bad. I would draft Caleb. I think Caleb is going to flourish with Ben Johnson. I think Caleb's going to flourish with Ben Johnson.
I will say it can only. I mean, not that he had a terrible rookie outing. I mean, the guy had one of the best ratings we'd ever seen actually out of a rookie. But the fact that
I don't know of another quarterback that started every single game has had a better touchdown to interception ratio. I think, what did he have, 4 interceptions last year?
I think so, and then the bulk of and I think the majority of those came late in the season, like because he had a crazy streak of not having any picks.
He didn't turn the ball over, but
definitely took care of the rock.
Like he wasn't in a comfortable offense to where he could let it really fly the way he wanted to. And I think Ben is going to install that in him. And I think for that, I think DJ is going to take a step forward as well. Well, we don't know what a Ben Johnson type quarterback is but at the same time, if you can revive Jared Goff, I feel confident if you have a more athletic and a more lively arm than him, that you can do things with him. Because now you can even get into a bigger trick bag with him than you can with Jared Goff. So I actually think he flourishes. He has a much better arm. He's not Jared Goff in stature. He's not 6'5". But I think he has a much more lively arm than what Goff has. So I expect him to flourish with the weapons. The fact that they actually got him weapons, because they also have Luther Burton. They also have DJ. They got my guy, Colston. They gave him a true receiving tight end. Sure. And he already had Cole Kmet on the opposite. So now it'd be Cole Kmet. And so they gave him great checkdowns. And he still has Swift, who is a great checkdown receiver out the back. I think he's going to flourish. And I think they're one power back away from them pretty much recreating the offense that Ben had in Detroit because their line isn't
Mm-hmm.
terrible. The line isn't terrible in Chicago. If people have been because they even got the Tooney kid, not kid, Tooney guy from
Mm-hmm. From
KC.
okay.
From,
Yeah.
from
KC.
yep. So they
I was
got a
gonna say
yeah.
OKC.
The offensive line is Giants guys. Throw a giant guy in there anytime. Leave it up to the Giants guy.
Who's gonna be throwing the ball again? Yeah. Okay. Sure.
Well, they're gonna be losing a lot, so they're gonna air that bitch out. So they're gonna be airing it out. So nah, like that 800, the 800 maybe,
Eesh.
but Malik Neighbors is gonna be the one that is. We got to find out what's going on with Junkins in that little situation he into. So
Yeah. Yeah, I can definitely see him fall on line. I can agree with that because he's definitely going to fall low. So I mean, he could be a good depth guy to add, but I would not be counting on him being a week to week starter. You know, kind of going back to what he was saying. Is we just don't. There's too many question marks, man. We don't know what's going to happen with Judkins. We don't know what the hell these guys are going to do with this quarterback situation. Definitely, I'll tell you right now. If you're in a draft with me and you see I'm ready to pick and Jerry Judy's there, don't. I'm not picking Jerry Judy. I'll tell you that right now. Period. Just ain't happening. Not at all. No interest in drafting that guy. But I'm gonna round it out here with or let's go with my third pick for bust or my do not draft. And this guy, unfortunately, he burned. That I took him over Saquon Barkley still bothers me, but Brees Hall. I'm officially writing Brees Hall off. One, he's got legit competition in the backfield with him. I can't. I'm losing that guy's name right now.
Breland.
Yeah, Breland. So you got Breland back there competing with him for time. I gotta still see it with Justin Fields because I know Fields is gonna eat into some of the rushing yardage potentials with him being a mobile quarterback. I still don't trust their offensive line, man, and I just think in some of these ESPN mock drafts still got Brees going like as a top, like in the first like 2 rounds. I don't see it, man. I think the dreams of Brees Hall being that Christian McCaffrey esque kind of PPR kind of back. I just don't see it, man. One, I don't know. I mean, I'm hoping that Justin is able to come in and produce to get him those kind of looks. I just don't know if the Jets have made the right calls. I mean, I like Aaron Glenn coming in as a head coach, but I know he's more of a defensive mind. We just got to see it. I don't know, but Brees Hall on my do not draft list. I don't care where he's at. I don't care if he even falls to the 4th or 5th round. Not drafting him. He'll be sitting right there next to J.K. Dobbins.
Pause real quick. That wasn't a pause comment. That wasn't a pause comment. But just because he said the comment just popped up. Is this the guy that just entered the chat?
Yeah. He's
Okay.
yeah.
Okay.
That's him. That's him. That's
Okay.
him.
Okay. I just want to make sure.
Who the fuck is that guy?
Like, who the fuck is this guy? I'm with you.
That's
Like,
definitely him.
I'm not with you on. I'm with you, but I'm not with you because I'm a Michigan man. Like,
Yeah.
I think the crowd. I think the running back room is too crowded
Mm-hmm.
for Edwards there already because they also have the kid that they like that got hurt last year from Pitt. He's African. I can't pronounce his last name.
I know what you're talking about, but yeah.
They like him a lot too. So it's crowded there. I think Edwards is a great pro back though because he's a great receiver. I just don't know if he's going to get the opportunity in New York. Like if he was like I think the system that he would fit, the type of system he would fit perfect in is Detroit. Like if something was to happen with not Gibbs,
David Montgomery again.
Montgomery, and they were to like trade and get him off the practice squad or pick him up, I think he would be able to step in and be great for him because he's also can be a power runner and he's a zone run guy. He's not a power run guy. That's the reason that he never took off as a starter at Michigan. He was a spell back and he's a zone running guy. Like he actually would flourish in Denver too because they're a zone running scheme. He would flourish in Denver's running attack because he's a zone guy. He's not a power scheme back. But I agree with him. I think he's a pro style back, but he's a zone runner. He's not like I don't think he'll get the shot in. I would even the Saints because the way they use out. I always said he was a bigger Alvin Kamara, so he would fit if they wanted to move on from Alvin Kamara and just free up money. He would fit and be able to be plugged in, and it will be a dip in production immediately, but I don't think that dip is going to sustain. I think he'll eventually take off in that system. So,
I
but
like it.
not someone you draft in fantasy this year.
Mm-mm. Not even for depth. Nope. There. I mean, unless their whole backfield gets wiped out and they down to like
But
four.
even then, he's a waiver guy.
Yeah. Oh yeah,
So yeah,
definitely
that's what I'm
like
saying.
a late mid-season, late like health. You desperate. All you guys is on a bye week type deal, and he just so happens to be like named the starter. Maybe then, but definitely not drafted.
And also because you kind of reached with the consistent 800 yards and 7 touchdowns, and I knew you did. And so while we've been talking, I looked it up. He's only had 7 or more one time in his career, and that was his rookie year. He's a consistent 500 to 4 touchdown guy. But I'm actually surprised with you being a Giant fan, you didn't say Tracy, the running back, because he actually started to elevate last year.
Definitely,
Yes,
he's definitely on that sleeper
he
list.
has fumble issues, but he's a great talent. So I'm surprised that Paz didn't throw Tracy out there.
It's all good. It's all good. Hey, we got plenty of time to see how it's all going to shake out. We still got a couple of weeks of preseason to get through.
I got a question for you though.
For me, oh,
Yeah, because
what you
this
got?
because I would imagine this guy is going to be drafted high because of the potential
Go ahead.
because of the
Yeah.
potential of how he's going to affect the way scoring works, and that's
Mm-hmm.
Travis.
Yeah,
How are
because
they
Travis.
going to do that? Because, like for instance, say you were to draft him, and you also
Mm-hmm.
have Jacksonville's defense, right? In essence, if he was to get a pick six, that's now a double touchdown because he gets one as him the player, and then the defense
Mm-hmm.
also gets the points. Like, how are they going to differentiate that? Because at the same time, if he's on the defensive side, the defense only gets credited for it. It's also not fair because he himself got the
Yep.
touchdown.
Yep.
So how are they going to account for that? Like, it's a lot
That
of
is.
potential double dipping. Like if he
Mm-hmm.
gets an interception, does he get
Yeah.
credit for that? Like
Yeah.
like if he gets a fumble recovery, does he get credit for that? Like, how are they going to score that? So
And that's where it gets interesting because we still don't know which side of the ball he's going to be featured on more. Like I don't know, man. Travis is a very intriguing prospect. Now, here's where it gets interesting because I've done quite a few mock drafts already. His average draft position is like on,
second round,
especially like for like, what'd you say?
is it second round?
It's not second round high. He's floating somewhere between third and fourth. So it seems like guys are like comfortable tucking him away for like wide receiver depth, not necessarily to lean on him as a potential starter, but definitely like for flex depth because of the intrigue there. I would, if it's me, and knowing how I typically like to go with my particular strategies, I at the most would draft him in the fourth. If he's there in the fourth round, I might roll the dice and grab him at the highest. But again, that's depends on what I've seen in the preseason as we get closer to the big draft day weekend. So I gotta see it. If he's featured a lot, if I'm seeing some good reps and rhythm between him and Trevor Lawrence, I might do it. But if I'm seeing him primarily taking defensive snaps, then nah. He may. I mean, it's literally. I gotta see what happens over the next 3 weeks, man. That's
Yeah,
just really what it comes
right.
down
I do
to.
know they eventually came out and said he's starting receiver, which they say wide receiver one, which I'm kind of shocked because Brian Thompson
Over Thomas,
here.
I'm about to say
Like,
like what?
because Brian is there, and I was
Yeah,
like, that's a little odd because they said he's receiver one and DB two
question.
on the official depth chart.
Yeah,
So
like
I'm like, the wide receiver one when you got Brian. Brian is easily the best receiver on that damn roster.
yeah,
So,
like
like I don't know how to think about it. Because if you look at hindsight, Brian should have been the second. Brian should have been the second receiver taken off the board.
mm,
If you do some enough digging, you can probably say he should have been one even over Malik because if given the same type of targets that Malik got, what would he have
yeah,
done with it?
yeah.
And that's the argument and angle you would have to take to make that argument. But Malik is Malik a dog. So
He's a dog. I ain't talking about brownies either, man. But definitely dog. But
yeah, speaking
but
of
nonetheless,
dogs, speaking of
yep.
dogs,
It's about time for us to talk about the dogs themselves, the Cleveland Browns. And my apologies in advance, Browns fans, for constantly bringing up the big elephant in the room, which is the whole storyline surrounding the blasphemous fifth overall pick. Shedeur Sanders now projected to take starting snaps for the Browns in the preseason due to some alleged injuries that took place in the training camp so far, and the fact that they are now quarterback needy. The fact that they technically have 6 damn quarterbacks on this roster is insane to me. But I digress. I'm not gonna call anybody out for faking injuries, but I just think it's a little ironic that, no Kenny Pickett and no Dylan Gabriel, who shouldn't have been drafted in the first place. But yeah, allegedly he's hurt, and that's why they went out and signed Tyler.
Feelings? Like I didn't know Gabriel. I thought you was going to say like Flacco.
Exactly. If you have 6, you don't have one. That is exactly it. And the fact one of those dudes is still making north of $25 million a year and ain't even playing. Like, whew, it's hard being a Browns fan. What can I say?
So
I'm not a Browns fan. I'm a.
Okay.
What'd you say?
I said you're counting Watson. I wasn't.
And that's what I'm saying. Oh, we're definitely counting Watson. Yeah, yeah,
active.
yeah. But still technically a quarterback on the roster. He might not be featured in any activities, conversations that are taking place in the quarterback room right now. But
because I was thinking of 6, I was like, who the hell is a 6? Because I know they
just
just brought in. I know they just brought in Huntley. So
yep.
Like
technically they're carrying 6 at the moment. We'll see what happens by the end of the preseason. But yeah.
Honestly, I think I'm excited to see what he does this weekend.
Mm-hmm.
I hope he goes out there and goes like 12 or 15 for $180 and 1 or 2 touchdowns and no picks. Force the damn issue. Make this owner eat his fucking words. Make him eat his words. Because in my opinion, it's not even that Shedeur is the most physically gifted quarterback that you've ever seen. But if you're trying to tell me you worked out 2 individuals and you said, hey, give me this 5'10" left-handed quarterback who I'll have to readjust my offensive line to and put my best pass protector and ask him to switch to right tackle and learn the new orthodox over Shedeur, you're effing crazy. You're crazy.
Insane.
Like, Shedeur was throwing into tight NFL-style windows at times because Horn got open, Weber got open. They got open. But outside of the Buckeye games, every single time it seemed like a ball was going to one of Oregon's receivers, they were open by 5 damn yards. Like, it was ridiculous. Like,
correct.
So much speed with Tez Johnson and Evan Stewart, and they got open. Outside of the Ohio State games, they got open. Like, he wasn't thrown in the tight windows. He doesn't have the strongest arm. He's in that same boat of what I say with Brock Purdy, as far as they have to not their play. When I say guys that have to throw with anticipation because they don't have the arm strength to just wait and zip it. He's not that type of a guy, and I think that Purdy is even better than he is. I think it's the reason
by far.
I think it's a reason that Dylan Gabriel went to 3 different schools. It's a reason. You can say like, oh, the first time was because of injuries and then Scott Frost left. But also I want you to realize
Scott Frost.
like you can say that with like even
I know.
Frost,
he did his thing.
At UCF, he did his thing.
I mean, he definitely did.
But also keep in mind, people, this is how old Dylan Gabriel is. He was there for all 3 years with Scott Frost.
Go ahead. I'm gonna let you continue.
All 3 years with Scott Frost. Scott Frost went to Nebraska and got fired and is now the head coach at UCF again. And Gabriel was just now. Yeah. And Gabriel was just now going to the NFL. Just like think about that. Think about that. So
Interesting. Nah, I mean, I'm in agreement with Gabriel, and that's what I kept trying to tell people.
Go watch the Shedeur tape and go watch the game winners that he threw, and then we can have a serious conversation, an informed conversation.
But here's where like I'm gonna get to that here in a second too. The question about that, but because it sounds like a lot of the non-critics that really didn't watch him
No,
consistently. But
because most people didn't stay up late to watch Colorado, and
true,
I stayed up to 2 p.m. I mean 2 a.m. watching them multiple times.
I did too. Even
So
under the influence in some cases, but I knew what I saw. The boosters, man, with that spot. But no, man, like I'm firmly in agreement with Dylan Gabriel. I mean, you and I had a lot of conversations, going to where like we knew he was going to really be tested in those Ohio State games, and everybody named Mama knows Ohio State was a mistake or two away from like winning that game and there. But there's a reason why they won. They put belt the ass in the Rose Bowl, and he looked like a guy that did not even deserve to be drafted in the third round. I mean, he kind of got exposed in that game as far as like having the happy feet, not having guys that are breaking open immediately, and that's where I think that Shedeur Sanders is the separator from the two. Not only did he put up Heisman caliber numbers, he did it without having like a top 50 offensive line. He did it without having
he had a bottom 50 offensive line.
So bottom 50, what was that? Bottom 25.
Like terrible offensive line, but he also led the nation in completion percentage. That's what people need to understand. He led the nation in completion percentage
While running,
he was the most accurate quarterback in college last year.
While running for his life. And did he or did he not also propel another guy to being a Heisman caliber talent? I'm not saying that Travis couldn't have done that.
I'm not gonna say,
but he helped contribute to that though.
He contributed, but I don't know if he propelled him. Travis is special. Travis is special.
Travis is special, but you gotta still have a guy that's gonna get him the rock. Because we've seen plenty of guys. We just talked about it with Baker Mayfield not being able to find, OBJ in Cleveland back then. But, we've seen plenty of guys have those guys out there and not be able to get them to rock for whatever reason. Can't see, can't read. You got happy feet, which I think is where the difference is between Shedeur and Dylan Gabriel. I think he's battle tested already. He has played and put up numbers without having the greatest of talent around him. You could talk to me all day about the skills and the receivers, but he had literally, he's felt pressure. He's had to run. He's had to throw while on the run. He's had to do it with a run game that could not consistently get you 4 to 5 yards a carry. And that's the difference. That's why I think he's looked the best out of all 4 quarterbacks so far in training camp and OTAs. The guy's got the NFL resume. He was supposed to be a top 5 pick. We all know he fell down to number 5 and behind Dylan Gabriel. And that Jabroni, Taylor, what is his name down there in New Orleans? Like he's not even being talked about right now. Down there, Taylor Slow, whatever his name is.
Louisville. That's all I know.
Like the fact that like he shouldn't. It was blasphemous. It was ghastly, and I'm pulling for this kid to do what he's supposed to do, handle his business, and use all this nonsense as motivation. But I just don't see where the criticism is legit of this guy.
And it'd be on.
It's definitely gonna be on the organization
because
come on now.
One reason why wouldn't it be? Is because of the way that the organization is conducting themselves just in plain sight now. That's one.
This is a repeat.
It's already set up to where the owner says that
he just answers your question.
You don't want you. What type of if the owner says he doesn't want you, he's never your guy. At that point, honestly, what type of position are you going to be put in? I even think him being thrown in to start this week is for him to try to set him up to fail. He hasn't even taken first team reps in practice and still isn't. But he's going to start with the first team come this weekend. Doesn't make sense.
Whatever. It's insane.
Whatever. Cool. You're setting him up to fail. That's the reason that if it works, then it works. That's a long message.
I got you. Go ahead, keep cooking. Yeah, that's a fact. I mean, height's a factor, bro. Unless you're Kyler Murray, Drew Brees, or Russell Wilson, where you got either the processing power to be able to see and be able to process information as far as progressions, or if you got the mobility to being a scutterbug like how Kyler Murray is, or as I say, playing sandline football, kind of like how Russ used to do up there in Seattle. Unless you got that, you are going to struggle as a short quarterback, bro. That's just what it comes down to. Yeah. That's just simply what it comes down to.
He's talking about this game. He played Demo.
Hey man, don't be talking about Family Matters in the chat, man. We cooking right now. But that's what's up though.
Nah, but it's definitely gonna be an organization, and but at the same time, I don't know if Shador gets another fair shot either.
He did say that
Uh,
wasn't his guy, but yeah,
no, he definitely said he wasn't
he
his
definitely
guy.
said that.
He definitely said he wasn't his guy. That's not a made up narrative. Like I think him being drafted in the fifth round also tells you that he wasn't his guy.
Mm-hmm.
Him and Dylan Gabriel being drafted ahead of him says that he wasn't the owner's guy.
Mm-hmm.
That's not a made up narrative. But yeah, like it's definitely on the organization. You cited, you brought it up, Dustin. You cited.
There's definitely video footage of him
Yeah,
saying that, bro. Like, come on now.
yeah,
He definitely said that.
like
I'll be sure to send that to you afterwards, but he is on the record of saying that that wasn't his guy. Like, he said that.
are you a Browns fan or something?
He's definitely a Browns fan.
Yeah, name me a successful quarterback from out of your organization. We'll wait.
Come on, man.
We'll wait.
I mean, if you technically want to count Jeff Garcia and
He wasn't
Jake
successful in Cleveland. Jake Delhomme went to the Super Bowl with the Panthers. Keep
you know
going.
what I mean. You know
No,
what I mean.
no, keep going. Brady Quinn was successful at Notre Dame. Keep going. Like
You know exactly why he got drafted in the fifth round versus fifth overall, man. It's because one, he's Deion's son. Two, it's the whole fact that he didn't play the game as far as like going through all the pre-draft questionnaires and sessions. Oh, he interviewed bad. Oh, he didn't want to talk to certain teams that were going to be legit dumpster fires, man. Like what has to be talked about more is the fact that these franchises fail a lot of these kids. It's not the fact that they're necessarily busts. It's a lot of these franchises. You know, the Browns, for example, the Jets, for example, they don't have structure. They lack structure. They're constantly turning over coaches. They're constantly switching out guys in the front office. Man, you have owners that are, in the headlines for better or for worse. That they fail these kids in a lot of cases. And he fell down to number 5 because of guys. They were trying to tap him as being a bad teammate and all this other nonsense, bro.
being
It's
too
bullshit.
cocky, overly confident, too boisterous.
He was accused of forcing Barry to take him when he made that statement. He was trying to say he wasn't meddling. That's fair. I mean, if that's the context that that it might have meant, but I mean, bottom line, he is on the record of saying that wasn't his guy. That he did say that, whichever way you want to take it, like that came out of his owner's mouth. Either way, whatever context he meant it, that was a stupid statement to make, period. But he's an owner, just like Jerry Jones and the nonsense that he spews. You can say whatever you want when you cut in the check. You know what I mean? Like, it's not like they can fire you, Only way you're getting about it is if you decide to either A, sell the team or pull Donald Sterling.
And get forced out.
Forced out.
Or
Or
Richardson.
Daniels.
Or Richardson out. That was in Carolina. He was forced
Him
out
too.
On some Sterling type stuff too. So.
And Daniel Snyder too. So yeah, I mean, unless you get forced out or voted out by those guys, but yeah. It's Jets should have drafted. Yeah, they should have drafted him, man. I mean, the Jets should have drafted him. The Steelers should have drafted him. The Saints,
the Raiders.
Man, don't get me started, bro.
Yeah, it's a couple teams that could have drafted.
Daniel Jones,
the Giants.
On Daniel Jones.
The Giants.
Giants should have drafted him too. Sorry, Paz. I have zero faith in your boy Jackson Dart, bro. Nah. I think he's another guy that conned his way up the board. He is potentially going to be another Daniel Jones or Mitch Trubisky. I'm sorry. I'm calling it right now. And don't talk to me about, he played against in the SEC and all that. But the Saints definitely should have drafted that guy. I still have not watched a lick of film on that Taylor Slow or whoever that guy is that they drafted. They better probably start Desmond.
I don't even think he's there, is he?
Yeah, I think he's there because he's not with the Falcons anymore, right?
I didn't think he was there.
I'm pretty sure Desmond Ritter's. I mean, I might be wrong, but
I don't think he's there.
Yeah, hold on.
Bengals. He's with the Bengals.
Oh, my bad. So I don't even know who the other guy is. I could have swore it was Desmond Ritter, but I guess not.
Archie not coming out next year.
Archie
not coming out next year.
Yeah.
Yeah, Archie not coming out. Archie not coming out next year.
Damn, who's the other quarterback for the Saints? Now I'm curious. Are they really about to turn over the reins to this guy?
Is it Rattler? Is that you talking about?
I think it was Spencer Rattler. I think that's who I meant, man. Yeah. Okay, yes, Spencer Rattler. Yeah, that's who. Yeah, that's who. I was thinking about. But yeah, I don't know where I got this.
Arch better not be a brownie.
Dude,
actually, you know, I'll take it back. I guarantee you, Archie
He
will never
won't
be
be
a
a
Brown.
Brownie.
I guarantee you.
Not if Archie, Peyton, and
They're gonna do
Eli
the
and
same.
Dad.
They're gonna do the same thing that Dion did.
And here's the funny thing: they're going to do the same thing that Dion did. They're going to do the same thing that Archie did when it came to Eli. They are going to find a way to get him out, and there won't be nowhere near as much backlash or crucifixion or draft dropping on the
We've already
boards.
seen this story.
That is the case. That is definitely the case. So I too think that the Browns are definitely setting him up for failure. But I got faith in this kid, bro. I think he's going to rise above it and prove it. I think that any talks about him having like bad character, being a bad teammate, I think that's their franchise quarterback, bro. But the first step is we will see when they kick off their playing this weekend, right? If
Yeah,
I remember correctly.
Everybody plays this weekend.
Gotcha. So we're gonna see this weekend. We're gonna see what's gonna happen with Shador and start. We'll go from there. Who knows? We might be having a different tone of conversation next week, but this will be the first
They play tomorrow.
test of many to come. So they play tomorrow night.
Yep.
Gotcha. Nah, damn it, I'll still be at work, but yeah. But
on NFL Network.
Ooh, now that I think about it, the Brownies are playing. I need us to be busy, but not too busy. But nonetheless, man, we're gonna see what's gonna happen. We're gonna see what's gonna happen with Shador, man. Lot to still seeing unfold. I wish the young fella nothing but the best moving forward with this. And again, I hope he can prove that ownership wrong. But we are going to switch gears and talk about some more drama because with this time of year, as teams are figuring out who's going to be on the roster, who's going to progress, who's going to start, who's going to get cut, there's also the ugly side of the NFL business, and that's called contract negotiations. And we've seen some guys sign recently, report to camp, and start doing that and be the good old teammates. And we got a couple of bubbling problem situations where two stars have requested trades from their franchises, and we don't know if it's necessarily the typical negotiation playbook tactics or if they really are saying, pack me up and get me the hell out of here. We're going to start with Terry McLaurin, wide receiver for the Washington Commanders. And I think that this could potentially be problematic, especially if Washington actually executes trading him, man. But obviously, in the midst of the dispute, it sounds like the parties have been far apart on negotiations and being able to close the gap between the two. But Zay, your thoughts on the contract situation with Terry McLaurin, and will he remain a Commander this season, or do you think they're going to pack him up?
I think that he needs to remain a Commander.
Needs to. Okay.
I don't know how they're going to get it done, and indirectly, like it's not.
Mm-hmm.
What I'm about to say is not his fault, but it is his fault that this is happening, and that's Debo. The fact that they traded for Debo, and Debo is making almost 3 times what the hell McLaurin is making, like that's really the issue. And Terry's like, I'm not about to go out there and be your number one, and Debo's making $20+ million a year, and I'm broke because he's on a rookie deal still, and he was a 3rd rounder. He's probably going to make somewhere around 1.5 to 2 million this year.
Mm-hmm.
And Debo's probably going to make around 25. So it's even worse than 3 times. Like it's crazy how much more Debo's getting paid than him. And I'm not saying that Debo doesn't deserve his money and that Debo isn't talented. It's just that when you are the number one and you've been the number one since you stepped into the damn room, and that's 3 years ago now. This is year 4. He deserves to get paid. And I think for the development of Jaden Daniels, he needs Terry. So we'll see what happens. Like I think he needs to stay. And I think they need to find a way to pay him. But something's telling me that they're going to think that he's expendable, almost like on some T.Y. Hilton type stuff, like undersized one, and we can replace you because of the way that Noah Brown stepped up and emerged last year, and then De'Ami Brown had the spurt, almost like Jaden's going to get the ball to whoever, and we don't need you and pay you and Debo because you and Debo are not Chase and Higgins. I think that's going to be like the kind of argument that stance they're going to have. And
Mm-hmm.
Even though that's probably going to be their stance, I'm not even a fan of paying Higgins the way that we did because our defense is what it is. So
Well, there's that too.
that's where I'm at with that. I don't think Washington's gonna pay him.
Hey, this is tough, man, because obviously, man, I'm pulling for Terry with him being a Buckeye and all, but I hate to say this, man. He is also approaching that number a lot faster than most guys in his position, man. Terry's approaching that dreaded 3-0 number, and for receivers, not as bad as like say running backs, but he's a guy that I don't know, man. Like I know he's hunting for like the money that like guys like the Tiggins and the Metcalfs have gotten. I just don't know if Washington too is going to pull that off. I think, like you said, the Debo trade was kind of like their security blanket in case it came to this. Even though, as much as I love Debo, loved having him in San Francisco, Debo wasn't a true number one threat.
He's just a
Just
football
because
player.
of yeah, I mean he's a definition of that gadget guy, man. Like you can put him in a lot of different spots. You can do a lot of things with him. He's a guy that could just send out flat out ball. You know what I mean? But he's just not a true guy that can move the needle for you, like as far as like at least by himself as a true number one receiver. I had several debates about guys that are true number ones, and I never once did I put Debo up there in that category just because I knew of his limitations in certain areas of the game. I mean, the guy can get enough separation to make plays, but I don't know if he can do that against the best corners in the league. But he's simply a solid gadget football player. If I am Washington, I know they're trying to take a stance and saying that they're not going to trade him, but I think you have to test the market at least to see what you can get for him. Because especially if a team's willing to give up some solid draft capital, I think you got a guy that can still make it work with Jaden, their quarterback. I think he's a future superstar quarterback in this league, approaching that trajectory a lot faster than some other guys and some other teams, but I'll save that for another day. And that was an indirect shot at Trevor Lawrence there, unfortunately. But it is what it is, man. My boy Trevor, I mean, unfortunately, he had the unfortunate pleasure of being associated with the Urban Meyer experiment, which I think that is a very critical stunt to his growth. But you also got to find a way to dig yourself back out of that hole, too, as well. But nonetheless, if I'm Washington, you have to test the market, especially if you guys are like that far apart. You're talking about paying him somewhere in the low teens, like high teens, and he's commanding like low fees. Like I said, DK Metcalf, T Higgins, kind of like money. You gotta explore the market, man. You have no choice. One, you don't want that to carry over into the season.
I know where I
What's
would
up?
look. I know where I would look if I was Washington.
Where's up?
And
One
before
of
I
our guys
segue,
just mentioned he'll be a Raven.
and before I segue that he won't be a Raven, the Ravens can't pay him. If he did, it would be a 1 year loaner. But and
Also,
I
that's a
agree.
fact.
Yeah, that's what I want to get to. That's 100%. But the thing is, I think they put too much capital in Debo already. That's the issue that I was stating. Like they can't really overpay him either. But with the way that they go about committee, why would you not pick up the phone and call Green Bay and be like, "Hey, Jaden Reed, a little bit of capital.
Mm.
Y'all trying to find that one option, that true one. He is a one, and you package it. He's a one. We can't pay him, or we're not going to pay him.
Mm.
You get another guy that's about the same size, decent route runner, could run that slot. New England can pay him. That's the one. New England can pay him.
New England can always pay everybody. It's just a matter of does he want to go to New England? That reminds me of what happened with Brandon Ayuk last summer.
Yeah, but so it's that, and then so I would look at Green Bay as an option, and money wise, you would have to look at like you said, New England, or
New England's always going to be open for business.
shockingly, Houston, because they haven't paid Nico yet.
They sure have not paid Nico, and there's going to be an injury argument to be made too.
And Stroud is still on the rookie deal,
Mm-hmm.
and they are in win now mode.
They are. They are.
So
it's no longer rebuilding Houston, but I mean, put it this way: New England's always going to be open for business. Man. It's going to be a while before.
I think he fits the system. I don't know about the.
He definitely, he for sure fits the system. I mean, especially with Brandon Ayuk. I mean, still not on pace to contribute immediately this season, but I would like to see it. I just don't know with. I don't know, man, because there's a whole thing about surrounding, like, do they pay Juwan Jennings? Whole other story for another day, but um, I wouldn't rule it out. I just don't know if we got the cap space to pull that off right now at this moment. I think with a little bit more retooling next offseason, we could be in position to do it. But I mean, I would love to see that. I don't know, man. You'd have two guys there, and somebody would have to go. Like, there's no way you're gonna be able to bring in McLaurin, pay Juwan Jennings, and also keep that
And then
contract of Brandon
that's
Ayuk
where
straddled.
I would explore getting rid of Ayuk and letting Ricky.
Whew. After signing that contract, that's gonna be one hell of a cap hit, but geez,
Yeah, but you
it's a
right
nasty cap hit.
you can write that in the ways to alleviate that and have
Yeah,
people take on some of it if they because in essence you're doing them a favor as well.
yeah.
So yeah, I didn't
Hmm.
agree with the Ayuk signing either, but
Yeah. I mean, it had to
no,
be
like
done, man.
no, like I understand what you're saying with
Yeah.
Dobbs being the guy and Reed being their Swiss Army knife, but
Hmm.
you talking about a Swiss Army knife and I'm selling you a fucking katana.
Not a katana.
That's what we're talking about. I'm
Yeah.
giving you a sword, and you talking about a Swiss Army knife. So, like, I get it, and I agree with that statement. But I'm giving you a true number one versus your gadget guy,
Yeah.
and that's y'all's issue. Like, if you actually watch Green Bay last year, Green Bay has almost everything
Yeah.
they need to go on a deep
Except
playoff
the
run,
true number
except
one. Yeah.
they don't have a person they can go to in the crutch. They wanted to be Jaden, but they really wanted to be Christian
It'd be
Watkins.
Watson. Yeah. They definitely
But he
want to
can't
be
stay
Watson.
healthy. But he can't
Nope.
stay healthy.
Nope.
And the thing is, he has all this. He's 6'4". He's probably the fastest receiver, if not the
He's
fastest
a
player on the team.
he's a fucking unit.
Like, he's really the guy, but he
And
can't stay
he hold
healthy.
up for a whole season. That is the question. Another team that I probably won't be drafting receivers from. That the Packers' whole receiving core may be on my do not draft list. Because, buddy, I don't
Because
know who the hell
you don't know which
is
ones are
going to be
off.
exactly.
And
Exactly.
the thing is, I think Jaden Reed and the Golden Kid are
Mm-hmm.
one and the same. So that's the reason I'm like Jaden Reed. I think they're one and the
Yeah.
same. I don't think Golden is a true one. That's the reason I hated the
Nah.
draft pick. I hated them drafting him because you drafted another guy just like the guys you have in the room right now. You just
Yeah.
added to it. You didn't get another big body guy. You didn't try to trade like in essence you could have traded that for DK
I see
just to
this one.
add
I
just
see
to
this one's
add
really
size.
messing with you. Yeah.
Just to
I
add
see this one's annoying
size.
you.
Like
Yeah.
that pick just annoyed me because I'm like, it's like
Yeah.
you have Jaden and then you drafted Gomes. Like, look what new I have when he's the same as what you have across the board.
I
That's why I
feel
didn't
it.
understand it. Like,
Yeah. Yeah. I guess I
and
can see it from that angle. Yeah.
my thing is like, you can be like, oh, the size, but like, what if they would have drafted Malik Neighbors at the 8 spot like last year? Because Malik's a freak. Golden isn't a
Malik's
freak.
different.
Like,
Yeah.
that's the difference. Like
Yeah.
Malik was a dog at LSU. Like,
Hmm. Yeah. Nah, I can see that. I can see that. And Dustin, I hope you're absolutely right, man. I think he's another guy too, man. If Ricky Pearsall can stay healthy, I think he could be a big time contributor for the 49ers. But again, we still got some question marks still at other spots. Like, we gotta get one. If he is going to take off, we got to get either Jennings or Ayuk back to teams not to just simply like take him away, man. We got a lot of unproven commodities, and I don't think Demarcus Robinson really moves the needle for us. I think we just got him simply for depth purposes and to give us another like target. But now we need one of our guys that can open up the field to be there. I mean, Jawan's a very big target, big 6'3", 215 kind of frame. Like, he's a guy that can go get the rock as far as like making tough catches and moving the chains. But Pearsall, I think he could be a Debo-esque replacement. Maybe not so much as like running the ball, but definitely being that gadget guy with a lot of versatility to him. But we just gotta see it, man. He's just been, whether it's hurt, the whole him getting shot. Like, I wish him nothing but the best, man. I think he's got hella good upside in our offense, though. But
y'all
yeah,
need
we've got
y'all need to use him like the man I couldn't stand last year and grown to love. Y'all need to use him like Lad.
not your boy, lad.
Like
I'll tell you what. You had it right about Saquon, and boy, did I have it right about Lad McConkey,
so,
boy.
but
Man, it's I tell you what, it's hilarious hearing you praising Lad these days.
No, like if I'm wrong, I'm wrong. Like, and I was wrong about Lad.
Yeah,
But like,
whew,
but my disdain from Lad went from him in college. I never thought,
no doubt.
even at Georgia, I
Yeah,
was like, Lad is not this man. He's not, and he went to the NFL and did it
oh
without
God,
Brock Bowers by his side.
no doubt. Yeah,
I was wrong.
is Lad on your draft list now though potentially?
I would draft him. I would,
My, if we could have started this
especially,
podcast last summer, boy.
especially with now that they signed Keenan Allen back. Yeah, I'll draft him.
Did they really? I didn't know that
Yep,
either.
he signed a day or two ago. So,
Okay, got you. So that just happened this week. I got you.
but yeah, man.
Oh man, what can I say, man? I'm gonna lie, I gotta admit it because obviously we're well over a year removed from that game. I was nervous. I was nervous. I had faith. Our offense was just not moving it the way that I knew we was capable of moving it, but I ultimately had faith that Dan Campbell was going to shoot himself in the foot with the fourth down calls, and the fact that Cherikov placed his faith in Josh Reynolds on those fourth and short calls. That's what really like swung that game for the 49ers.
Yeah, that's like the definition of like outsmarting yourself. Like, don't go to the obvious guy. That's how I took
Exactly.
that.
Exactly.
So, and it's like not a it's it's actually a very on par Dan Campbell thing to do.
Right.
So I can't even be mad at it. Like, it's a very on par thing to do. Don't go to Amara. You're you're you're
Or
clad
JMO,
like, don't go to him. Don't go to Gibbs. Don't go to Laporta, the top 5 tight end. Don't go to him. Go to go to the guy that we also at times use as a spell running back.
He was a
Go to
gadget guy.
him.
What can we say?
Go to him. He's your first option. He's your read one.
God.
That's what happened. But in other news, we spent a lot of time on Terry.
Definitely
He's not the
did. We
biggest
got
name in the NFC East that requested a trade.
to talk about it.
Our
Let's
guy,
talk about it.
I ain't gonna say our guy, but he's an entertaining guy. Micah Parsons
Another
requesting
fellow
a
podcaster.
trade from Dallas, uh, off of them having conversations about extending him, and then it not happening. Breaks down and face the conversation. Feel disrespected. Now he wants out. Hey man, sometimes you drop the ball in the biggest situations. The moment's too big, man. The moment's too big, man. Just too big. But yeah, Micah Parsons is officially requested a trade from America's team, the Dallas Cowboys, because he wants to be paid. He wants to be the highest paid non-quarterback in NFL history. I can't say I disagree with the notion. He's a very productive. You Lions fans, boy. If it ain't you, it's money. But you know, I'll echo that, because the moment I seen it, I was like, "Yo, my guys are having an issue with paying Hendrickson because they don't know how long." And Hendrickson also wants to be the highest paid DN in football. So why would you not trade the sack leaders from the last 2 years and trade Henderson? They still get a pass rusher. We get a younger pass rusher who you feel comfortable paying. You give them a true identity on our defense with him, and true identity on our offense with Chase and Burrow. But you know why they can't do it? Because they fucking paid Higgins when I said don't.
And I don't want to go T Higgins too, bro.
No,
But
I do too. I do too. But you don't lock up $60 million and 2 receivers. They both getting paid 30 this year. Like, I like T Higgins like a lot. He's the I don't think it's an argument between who's the best receiver in football between Chase and Jefferson.
Yeah, Jay Jefferson.
I don't think there's an argument with who's the best second option receiver. It's Higgins. Higgins is the best 2 option in football. Like,
I could respect that argument.
Like, some people may try to say Addison, but
Hell no.
But
Hell
Addison
no.
just disqualified himself because he got
'Cause it's
suspended for illegal substances. So, like, before the injury, honestly, the second best option would have been Godwin. And if Godwin comes
mm,
back healthy, he still is the second best
yeah, because I mean,
second
God,
receiver.
he makes the
So
Buccaneers like dangerous offensively. I
yeah,
mean, there's no denying that, flat out. Godwin's definitely one of those guys. When healthy, can also be a big time fan. Hell, he could be a wide receiver one on some fantasy teams. Like if we're gonna be keeping it being,
yeah.
like when he's
So
healthy. Yeah,
or because he's been on one all these years, you can still throw in Cooper Cup because if he's
yeah,
healthy, him playing beside a JSN, he could still be a problem.
could
But
still be.
that's like the argument. Three,
Yeah,
those three.
no doubt. No doubt. We're getting back on subject though, talking about Mr. Micah. Him going to Seattle though, I don't know. They could use him. I just don't know if, with the direction that they're moving in, if it's going to be worth like potentially blowing up and making that move to get him. But the real question is, will Micah Parsons remain a Cowboy? Because his seems a little bit more emotional in the trade request versus,
His is 100% emotional.
yeah, buddy, because boy, especially after seeing CD get paid, seeing Dak get paid, he's equally important, if not more important than either one of those guys. I mean, because bottom line, on a very how can I put this? On a defense that has underperformed like drastically over the past couple of years, he's like the one bright spot that they do have. And the fact that he was the one that was like the most vocal about wanting to remain a Cowboy, but this all centers back to the root cause of why we even talk about these fools every damn offseason. Jerry Jones. Jerry Jones. Just I'm tired, man. I'm so tired of like every time we look up, somebody's not getting paid, somebody's holding out, somebody's going to Cabo. It's like they're constantly in the news every damn off season in training camp, and we're talking about why their stars aren't getting paid, bro. Like, that eventually is going to catch up with them and bite them in the ass as far as like trying to sell somebody won't come here as a free agent or even wanting to like be drafted there, man. Like flat out, like the allure of the star is slowly fading the more that these shenanigans continue to happen as far as like guys not getting paid, putting in everything, putting up historically good numbers, being like a top five guy at your position or putting up like top five numbers. That it's getting old, bro. And I don't know. Jerry's going to pay him, but like, is it going to be the number that he deserves? I mean, in my opinion, Micah deserves to be right there with all the guys that got cashed out. I think he deserves to be there with the numbers that TJ Watt got. He deserves to get the kind of money that my man at Cleveland, Myles Garrett got. He's in my opinion, he's just as effective of a player. You can make an argument and say that he could be more important to those defenses than the other guys are to the other ones. Damn, Jerry. And the thing is, it could have got done a long time ago. He probably was willing to take a discount. Matter of fact, Mike is even on the record of even saying he was willing to take a little bit of a discount. Why is this not done? Why? Why is it constantly carrying over, bro? And like, it's nonsense, bro. It's nonsensical. It's typical. Exactly. It's typical Cowboys publicity 101 that is propelled them to not only be a team that's constantly in the mix for better or for worse for making noise, but it's all about the marketability, man. Jerry cares more about the dollars than it does about winning, man. And it's tough to see this, bro. Like on this level of like egregiousness, we ain't seen this probably since Emmitt Smith back in the 90s with the whole contract situation. But I don't know, man. Now here's where it gets interesting. I think Dallas really needs trading. If we're going to be honest, they need to trade him. You are not coming out of the NFC East. They're in NFC East, right? You're not coming out of the NFC East. You're not better than the Eagles. Probably can say safely that the Commanders have probably got a leg up on you just because of them having more stability, even though this Terry McLaurin situation does impact that. I'm not going to put the Giants ahead of them just yet. Sorry, Paz. I'm not going to put the Giants
Don't be
ahead.
that disrespectful.
You know I hate the Cowboys, man. He is a 49ers fan.
Oh, I don't either.
I think they're firmly entrenched to finish third in the division, which could signal that they may not make the playoffs, depending on what other divisions emerge. I mean, the NFC West could potentially put several teams in there, and obviously the NFC North is in very prime position to put two teams in the playoffs this year, potentially three.
They can arguably get three.
They can arguably get three. And their fourth team is going to be not an easy out.
And
I
the
mean,
thing
still
is, I can even say that the NFC West could arguably have three. Like
potentially
I'm not counting out Matthew Stafford and the Rams and that defense.
depends
I'm
on his
not.
back though, because
Bad
if his
back,
back's not,
bad back. They still got to the second round last year.
but what if they got to rely on Jimmy G though?
He won't lose them the game. He
You still
won't.
think
He
you
won't.
still
He's a
think Jimmy
game.
G's
He's a
losing
game
that
manager.
year?
He won't lose them the game.
He
He's
ain't
not.
losing
He's
the
not gonna
game.
go win it. So they get down. They fucked. But he won't lose it. He won't lose it.
Oh God! When you need him the most, Jimmy folds. Tell me I know. Oh man,
And I think Seattle got
sounds a loner.
they got the room to be very very sneaky.
Mm-hmm.
And I'm gonna tell you this. I
Mm-hmm.
was gonna say Philly. If Philly was to do it, it won't be a loner.
Definitely, they're locking him up permanently if they wind up
It
trading
won't
for him.
be a loner.
But could the
Jordan
Cowboys
Davis.
be that stupid though and trade him to a NFC a division rival, the rival?
If they did, I think they would force him to give up Jalen Carter. I wouldn't do it.
And that's another thing. Like, if you're Philly, do you even entertain that?
No, I'm not giving up Jalen.
No, hell
I'm
no.
not giving up Jalen.
Nope.
Jalen, I'm gonna say what I just popped in my head
No, go ahead and let it rip, man. Come on.
because I don't think he's going to be of him,
Yeah.
but he may be regarded as the best defensive tackle in football. Because I was going to say Aaron Donald type of effect, potentially on the interior, and
Mm-hmm.
I'm not giving that up right now when I already have him in house for Micah, because
Yeah.
he also can be split to the outside and let Jordan Davis be on the middle, be on the inside.
A lot of
He's too
versatility.
versatile.
Mm-hmm.
I'm not doing it. If I can add to him,
Yep.
yes, I'll do it. But not giving him away. No, I wouldn't do it.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, no doubt. The fact that we're even having this conversation, bro, is just ghastly, man. Like, how do you not pay Micah Parsons, bro?
Like I
How do
said,
you
like
let this shit drag out,
if
bro?
I'm the Bengals, I'm at least calling. I'm
Mm-hmm.
at least calling like, hey, Trey Hendrickson, and obviously you can't go Burrow, Chase, or Higgins.
Mm-hmm.
What else? What picks do you want?
Yeah.
Is he gonna take
Yeah.
3? Because I think if you add him to what they have there and give them a legitimate pass rusher, the pass rush will help with the pass defense.
This is with the Bengals you're talking
Yeah,
about?
if you add
Okay.
him, you're able to lock him up. You do it, man. You lock him up.
Even at the expense of possibly giving up 2 to 3 first rounders?
The way I look at it, with our offense, those going to be the equivalent of second round picks anyway.
Fair enough. Fair enough.
Like, our offense is too talented not to be in the playoffs.
Facts.
We lost 4 games last year when we put up 35 points.
Yeah.
Our offense is too talented, bro.
Your offense gives somewhat your defense too. You're right.
So, and I think that's the reason that we're back to the conversation I said earlier with the sleeper picks. Chase Brown's gonna be a sleeper because I think they're gonna try to run the ball a little bit more to chew up some of that clock to keep the defense on the sideline.
Got to, man. Gotta. I mean, that's one way to also clock control or ground control, man, and good balance. So a lot of scenarios, man. Do you think Micah gets traded, honestly, or do you think Jerry pays him?
I think he ends up getting paid whatever the hell he wants. Like Jerry's a attention whore, as we know.
As we all know.
He's very Agent Orange-esque. So very. So
I hate to say that, folks. That is a definition of a unfortunate truth. If we're going to keep it a bean, that is the definition of a unfortunate truth.
Yeah, so I think they're good. The deal done.
Mm-hmm.
If I'm not mistaken, Micah is holding in, like he's in the facilities, but he's not practicing.
Yeah.
So, and I think Terry's doing the same thing. I think they're both doing hold-ins, so they're not getting fined, so they're still getting paid. But yeah, they're just not practicing. Yeah, I think the deal will get done. For the Cowboys' sake, it needs to get done. Terry did say that the fans don't need to worry about it, so that at least makes me believe that he's going to eventually meet whatever demand needs to be met.
Yeah.
That's where I'm at with it.
No doubt. I mean, I think definitely that I think it's going to get sorted out. Fortunately, this is just going to be another one of those situations where we got more emotional baggage and more nonsense that shouldn't be going into the regular season with the Cowboys. But hey, this is who they are. This is what how they've been operating for God knows how long. We saw this nonsense with CD, and not to a much lesser degree with Zach, but even if you go back to that nonsense with Zeke and him coming in back overweight and all that nonsense. Like this is, it just seems like it's constantly like this, and for some reason they jump ahead of everybody else and like their drama when it comes to contract disputes. And I guess it's because they're America's team, man.
They're America's team.
They're America's reality football team, if you ask me. But
they should be on Hard Knocks every year.
They should be on there every damn year. There'd be a show every damn year. I'd love to see it. Nah, man, Jerry Jones gives me Vince McMahon vibes. I'm talking like Vince McMahon, Mr. McMahon, the character, damn near.
I was about to say that's a crazy statement.
Nah, definitely like on camera like that. Not that I mean, I don't know. You just don't know what the hell these rich millionaires be doing outside of their respective sports, but
billion would have be
so billions and billions and billions. I don't know what these billionaires be doing outside of their respective sports, but I'm sure it's something terrific and tremendous. Bigly Gage. Don't get me started. But nonetheless, y'all, man, another great episode, man. We appreciate the chat. Y'all was energetic tonight, man. I love the energy we got, man, talking about football tonight, man.
I love it.
I'm definitely challenging my man Dustin. We're going to get you on here, man, to talk more about the Brownies, man. I appreciate the inputs, man. Evan, appreciate you chiming in and showing the for you. I think that was your first time being on the pod with us, man, and featuring some comments. We appreciate that. VFE crew, Paz, the boys, Nick, appreciate y'all tapping in as always, just showing love and supporting your boys as always, man. But I'm appreciative, man. This is definitely a good 20th episode to finish up on as we get ready to grow with it. And my guy, that guy making a special guest appearance in the closing seconds. Appreciate you as always tapping in, Ruley, my boy.
King Ruliford.
King Rolian. My boy Tapper there at the last second. We appreciate you. But nonetheless, man, from the bottom of my heart, man, I appreciate everybody tapping in and showing support with the pod. We constantly growing and getting better, man. And I definitely appreciate the team, man, like chipping in and providing that extra feedback for us, man. As you can see, man, we ain't backing away from no comments, man. We definitely about that action when it comes to especially talking football, man, for sure. We are definitely litty. But Zay, you got any closing words for the folks, man, before we get back in here and start talking and hitting this Madden in college football?
It's the same message. We got to be consistent. It's the same message. Continue to pour into us as we continue to pour in you guys. We appreciate all the love, support. When you're in here commenting and watching, go ahead, share it to your friends, share it to your Facebook page, get others involved as well. We invite everybody. We love to see the new faces. The whole point is to continue to grow and expand our reach, and you're a part of that reach. So we want you to be a part of that growth with us and grow with us. So, like I said, we love y'all. We appreciate y'all. Continue to grow with us. We'll continue to grow with y'all. That's all that I got to say. So, for me, this is your boy Zay signing out. Episode 20 is in the books. We hope that you guys loved it, and we are out.
Y'all, man, we're going to holler at y'all in the next episode of the Chris Logic Podcast. Peace. We're going to see you there. I'm going to see you, brother. We're going to talk soon. Peace out, y'all.